Yeah, we're all good.
Ready? Okay, perfect. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. And I would also like to start with the land acknowledgement. In the spirit of Rupert and Jeanette Costa's founding relationship to our campus, we would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Cahuilla, Tongva, Luiseño, and Sureño peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. Today, this meeting place is home to many Indigenous peoples from all over the world, including UCR faculty, students, and staff, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these homelands. Roll call, please.
Present.
Senator Foster.
Present.
Senator Zhao.
Present.
Senator Mendoza.
Present.
Senator Nguyen.
Present.
Senator Yu. Present. Senator Min.
Present.
Senator Mondragon.
Present.
Senator Michael. Senator Hunt.
Present.
SOB Senator Aguilar. Sina Senator Canis. Present. Sina Senator Johnson. Present. Sina Senator King.
Present.
Sina Senator Big.
Here. Present.
DCOE Senator Riazi.
Here. Present.
DCOE Senator Zohari. Present. SOE Senator Lin. Present. SPP Senator Prashant. Present.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. Okay. So now we can move forward to the approval of the agenda. Could I get a motion to approve the agenda? Senator Klauser?
I move to approve the agenda.
Could I get a second? SPP Senator Prashant?
I second.
All those in favor? Okay, all those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 17-0-0. Okay, and we can now move into public forum. If anyone from the public would like to speak, now it would be the time, and you get 3 minutes at your first word. Yes, you can go ahead and come up, and if you would please sign your name at the sign-in sheet on the podium. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you for your time. My name is Jose Delangio. I'll be serving for this year's news editor at the Highlander. We're very honored to be here today with you guys. We are really looking forward to work with everyone, to have transparency and work together for the student government. Today we'll be introducing two of our writers who will be attending your meetings very frequently, as well as our editor-in-chief. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to working with all of you.
This is Jose, he's the news editor. My name's Mata,
My name is Cassandra.
And my name is Podrick.
and we look forward to reporting on what y'all do this year. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming and introducing yourselves to all of us. We are all also very excited to work with you all. Would anyone else like to speak? Go ahead, Vice President of External Affairs, Trujillo.
Should I write my name down?
You're good.
Okay. So I just want to say that our annual Students of Color Conference applications are open now. They're going to be open from now until November 7th at 11:59 p.m. So definitely check it out. Yeah, it's open for all undergraduate students. We're definitely hoping to take a lot of students across all different from all colleges and all those things. But I just wanted to relay that to you all. It's posted on the ACSR external account at ACSR external, and the application's in the link in our bio. But yeah, definitely spread the word to like your friends or anyone who's a UCR student. I highly encourage people to apply. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Brianna. Would anyone else like to speak for public forum? Go ahead.
Do I also start laying down? Or?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So I just recently had the first board meeting with the International Student Alliance, and they wanted me to check in if y'all know anything about the name release that happened at UC Berkeley, and to double check if at UCR we had any similar situations. So they just wanted to ask y'all for like, if y'all have any idea what's going on with that.
Go ahead, President Peter.
Yeah, I can answer this for transparency's sake. So I've had and I will have meetings about this. So I've had a meeting with the chair of the Academic Senate, Ken Barish, about where we asked about this. And then I have a meeting with the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs, and the Provost this Friday, because I have my notes for it right now, so I'm working on. And so that will be brought up in that meeting as well. I can tell you from what I heard from Dr. Barish that the issue is not whether or not UCR individually will be targeted, but rather if there is a call to release names for the entire UC system, just because of the way, I guess, UCR is perceived by the federal government. We are just a part of the UC system because we're not LA or Berkeley, right? So I'm going to directly ask the Chancellor and senior leadership what they will do if there is this call like that to UCR, and strongly insist that UCR holds firm in protecting their students. And so I can follow up on how that meeting goes in the next Senate meeting and provide more detailed information on that and the other topics I'm going to bring up. But as of right now, I don't believe there's any conversation about that like UC-wide release, but if there is conversation about that, that will be made publicly available to you all through me.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to comment during public forum? Okay, thank you. We will now be moving forward to the approval of previous meeting minutes. Could I get a motion to open items A, B, and C? CNS Senator Shawkat.
I move to approve, or I move to open ECAB meeting minutes A, B, and C.
Can I get a second? Senator Hahn.
Seconded.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 17-0-0. Here's ECO meeting minutes number 2. Does anyone have any questions about that item? If not, can I get a motion to approve ECAB meeting minutes number 1? Senator Clauser?
I move to approve ECAB meeting minutes number 1.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Senator Mendoza?
I second that motion.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 17-0-0. Does anyone have any questions for that item? Okay, if not, can I get a motion to approve? Senator Zhao?
I move to approve ECAB meeting minutes number 2.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Senator Hahn?
Seconded.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 17-0-0. And last one. questions, comments? Not, can I get a motion to approve those meeting minutes? President Pro Tempore Rao.
I move to approve Senate meeting minutes number 1.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Senator Shawkat.
I second that motion.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 1601. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move into new business now. Can I get a motion to open all items in new business, A and B? Senator Hahn.
Motion to open all new business A and B.
Can I get a second? SVP Senator Prashant.
I second that motion.
Thank you. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 1700. Sorry. Well, I guess we can start with President Hader's address because our first item is staff ratifications, but we cannot do that right now. Yeah. Because our Vice President of Finance is not in attendance yet, so we will give him a little bit more time to come or send me the materials so that I can ratify them. But for now, we will start with President Hader's presidential address.
Alright. Hello everybody. My name is Layla. I'm your AACCR president this year. This is essentially the script I'm going to be reading off of. I include it for transparency's sake and also for senators to refer back to it if needed. So I'm going to read off and y'all can follow along if you'd like. But yeah, hello senators, hello members of the galley. Welcome to AACCR's first in-person Senate meeting for the year. It is great to see everyone here today. I requested this time to speak so I could set the tone for the year as the head of AACCR and to share with senators and the larger public some of our association's goals for the quarter. This is also a chance for me to share out to our senators and ask for your support on college-specific projects while being transparent with students about what these initiatives are rather than only working on them behind the scenes. So I very well could have just gone to pre-meeting and asked senators, I guess, to work on these things, but I do feel it's important to share with you all kind of a small glimpse into what it is that I'm trying to, push for in terms of projects and initiatives for this year. So this is a list of 3 key areas of focus that I'm suggesting senators look into. And it comes from direct feedback from students and continuing trends within AACCR advocacy. So first, I would like to see a greater emphasis on supporting our university's smaller majors and academic programs. As we see the impact of budget cuts in our university, smaller programs are in many cases disproportionately impacted. Many of these programs also face low professor-to-student ratios, limited or even non-existent research opportunities for undergraduate students, and more. Second, I want to encourage advocacy towards increased support from colleges and colleges advising programs towards the pursuit of professional certifications and postgraduate degrees. For example, increased resources for how students can prepare for the MCAT, LSAT, and FE exams, among a multitude of others. While PPAC, or the Pre-Professional Advising Center, and the Career Center provide some resources, I would like to see senators reach out to these senators and their college administrators to increase the number of resources available. Increase outreach, collaboration, and support of different programs under each college, such as CHATS First or CNAS Scholars, for example. Make a strong effort to build relationships with the student staff and professional staff of these programs, gather feedback, and work to support your colleges. At its core, this is about building relationships and ensuring the programs that directly support student success have our partnership. You all, and being elected by the student body, represent your college constituency, and while you do have a level of freedom to advocate for the issues and initiatives you deem appropriate and necessary, this is my little disclaimer that, as previously stated, these are suggestions and not requirements, but I hope they serve as a starting point for your college-specific advocacy. Please reach out if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And again, the speech is in written form and is available on your agenda to refer back to later. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing the amazing work you all accomplish this year. Thank you.
Thank you, President Hader. Oh, I also our School of Business Senator position is now vacant. Okay. And at this time as well, we do not need to do staff ratifications for the Finance Committee or Office of Finance, as our Vice President of Finance, Troy, will be moving forward with the previously selected staff. Thank you. Okay, and we can now go into committee reports. Can I get a motion to open up both items for committee reports? Senator Hahn.
I raise a motion to open discussion on both committee reports.
And can I get a second? Senator Shahut.
I second that motion.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 17-0. LRC.
Hi everyone, so LRC met for the first time last week, and we have one Senate bill, so SBF 25001 is the creation of the Women's Equity License. If any of the primary or secondary authors would like to speak on the bill, the floor is yours.
Sorry guys. 2 years in Senate and I feel like I'm talking so much still. Okay, but yeah, so this is a bill that basically reflects the interests of what the Women's Resource Center, LGBTQ Resource Center wanted out of their relationship with ASUCR. So historically we've had a Women's Rights and Equity Committee in ASUCR, and that committee has had like kind of a rocky relationship with the Women's Resource Center in terms of not many student staff were familiar with it, pro staff weren't really familiar with it. It wasn't meeting the standards of some of our other committees within ASUCR. And so I sat in on one of the Women's Resource Center student staff trainings, and I basically asked them I presented to them what we do already in ASUCR that relates to their office, or relates to their resource center, and asked them what would you like out of ASUCR to do moving forward? Do you want to keep this committee? Do you want to convert it into a different position? And so by majority vote of the Women's Resource Center student staff, they would prefer a liaison position. And so we drafted this bill, which now creates a gender equity liaison position under personnel as opposed to a Women's Rights and Equity Committee. And I also presented this bill to the Women's Resource Center and LGBTQ Resource Center student staff and pro staff, all of whom said they were happy with it and okay with it. And then now it is come to fruition. Yeah.
Thank you, President David. Sorry. Does anyone have any questions about this? Any clarifications? Anything that they would like to bring up into discussion about this bill? No. Okay. If no one has any questions or comments, do I have a motion? President Pro Tempore Rao.
I move to approve SBF 25001.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Senator Mendoza.
I second the motion.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstained? Motion passes 17-0. Thank you. And then next we'll be opening up finance hearing minutes.
The Finance Committee met on October 6th for its first finance hearing. We started off with the opening balance of around $101,998, and our first action item was to move $372,032 from our organization reserves, and that passed 400. And now we have a new organization balance of $474,030. Our second action item was to approve all of our org allocations, and that was around $239,000, and that also passed 400.
Thank you, Vice President Finance Choi. Does anyone have any questions or comments? If not, can I get a motion to approve these hearing minutes? Senator Shahut.
I
have a second? Sorry, Senator Clauser.
I second that motion.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstain? Motion passes 6-0-1. Thank you. And we will now be moving into public comment. Once again, you have 3 minutes at the start of your first word. Go ahead.
Okay. This is pretty brief, but I am actually one of your CNET senators for the year, and I am making this announcement on the behalf of Nina Haywood, who is actually your non-traditional student director. I am one of the senator representatives on that committee, so I just wanted to share out some announcements she had for you all. To start off with, we are still looking for a representative from from Guardian Scholars, which is actually the supported program we have on the university for foster youth. And we are actually also looking for a representative from the Student Veteran Committee. So if anyone has any recommendations, any people that they know of, definitely feel free to either reach out to me or Nina about those. And then secondly, it looks like she did appoint Brian Rodriguez as the Non-Traditional Student Committee Vice Chair. I just wanted to share some things about him, which is, first of all, he's a 4th year. Some of his affiliations are he's Vice Director of the Non-Traditional Student Committee. He's also a President of the Collaborative Multicultural Council. And it looks like his goal for the year is to actively support and collaborate with the main director, who is Nina, and develop a deeper understanding of the responsibilities and structure of the entire board. And yeah, that's all I have from her today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nabitha. Does anyone else want to come up and speak during our last public comment? If not, we can move into senator reports, which I know this is our first meeting, but if anyone would like to share maybe some things that they are looking forward to working on, any initiatives, SPP Senator Bouchard.
Sure, I can share about, so I've already met with the Dean of the School of Public Policy to just establish like goals for the year and expectations. My platform was based on like transparency and elevating, like amplifying the student voice, and so I'm currently in the process of working with my dean to establish like a student advisory board, so that way like we have representation of like first year, second years, third years, fourth years, fifth years, and transfer students on the board that are giving the dean like advice and just any concerns, or bringing up any concerns or qualms that they have with the school, any suggestions. So that's currently in the works, hoping to get that applications out by week 3, week 4. And then hopefully our first meeting will be at the end of this fall quarter, and we're gonna meet once a quarter. So really excited to get started on that initiative. And then also like, as President Hayter was mentioning, like focusing more on, you know, working with advising teams and creating like a pipeline to like postgraduate programs. I'm working with the Masters of Public Policy advisor, and we're working to establish like a potential like MPP to undergrad public policy student like mentorship program. So that way that's a good pipeline for students to go into the program and pursue higher education. But yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for that. Would anyone else like to share? Senator Clauser, go ahead.
Hi everyone. So last year, Anahita put on a beautiful haunted house. If y'all remember that, it was pretty awesome, pretty scary. So we're picking that up again this year. So at some point, we will be asking for senators to volunteer for shifts. Things like setup, tear down, line management, just pretty easy stuff. And it'll be a really awesome opportunity because if you haven't seen behind the scenes of a haunted house before, it's pretty cool, pretty unique. Additionally, there is a flyer out on Our Story UCR that's going to be asking for student scare actors. Again, a really fun opportunity. If any of y'all want to do it, by all means, I'd love to see that. But just please keep promoting it, reposting it. It's going to close by the end of this week, and we want as much as we can get. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Senator Clauser. That's all really exciting. And I hope you all volunteer and decide to be actors. That sounds pretty cool. Okay. We can go into roundtable announcements as well. It's okay if no one has any. I know that was kind of a mix of both. But I'll still open it up. No? Okay, go ahead, Anita.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Anna. I am the new Vice President of Sustainability, Director of GCAP, which is the Green Campus Action Plan, if y'all don't know. I just wanted to quickly come up here and say, just a quick little reminder for senators, if you haven't looked at the bylaws yet, I highly encourage you to. There has been some changes to the senators' bylaws since last year, and this is something that I worked on with a few other senators as well, is adding to your bylaws to actually change the requirements that you have to do to add on like a volunteering opportunity. So we want to encourage y'all to be more civically engaged, go out and volunteer. So I just want to remind y'all that it's like 2 events per quarter, and one way that you can actually fulfill that is through Scotty Eats. So Scotty Eats is a food diversion, ending student hunger program that is initiated by GCAP, ACCR, and Trauma Affairs, and Basic Needs. So I highly encourage y'all to come out and volunteer. Layla and I will be texting in the group chat and the group meet with everyone, inviting y'all to volunteer for Scotty Eats. The first event will be on November 18th, Tuesday, from 8:30 to 11 p.m. It's a little late, but it is worth it. I promise it's really fun. So I just want to put that out there just so y'all are aware. But yeah, thank you all.
Thank you. Go ahead, President.
And just to add on to that, yes, please, volunteer for Scotty Eats, and Anahita and I are both going to be like continually sharing volunteer opportunities in addition to that. Anahita has a few volunteer opportunities within her office and their GCAP. My office oversees the Community Service Committee, and so hopefully we will have a stream of community service and volunteer opportunities for y'all as the quarter kind of continues and throughout the year. But yeah, so we will be in communication with y'all in the group meets with those opportunities, but make sure you guys are fulfilling it.
Thank you. It's also very, it's a very fulfilling event, so I highly recommend that. And now, if there are no more, go ahead, PBT.
Forgot to mention this. I'm going to send out an email tomorrow morning, but if any of you have any Senate bills or resolutions you'd like to be submitted to LRC for review, I'm going to send out a form tomorrow morning so you have a way to submit it and everything. I've already told all of my LRC senators this as well, but throughout the year.
Yeah, and do you also want to say when LRC meets and what the deadlines are to submit?
Yes, so legislation is due every Tuesday at 12:30. LRC meets every Wednesday from 12:30 to 1:30, so you have a day right before LRC legislation meeting. The only problem is that any legislation we review for LRC is going to be on next week's Senate agenda, just based on the time of the meetings.
Oh, that was my question.
Oh, there's a question. Perfect. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you, and I'd like to invite up Asha from CRISAP. Thank you.
Hi friends, I don't know why my mic is over there. Watch all my just a couple quick announcements, some changes that you all have seen to the website that I want to point out. Under legislation, there is now a live legislation tracker. So as things are added to the LRC agenda, those are being tagged as introduced as they're progressing, either tabled, amended, etc. When they progress, the Senate is there. And we are in the process of taking all of your resolutions and bills and moving those into an interactive table. So let's say if you're like, I remember way back in the day they edited something in the president's office, and then you're trying to find the minutes that actually did that amendment, which we've done before, and Ames and I just keep screaming from my office, for those they've already heard it happen. So those are actually now getting coded into its own table, interactive table, so you'll be able to sort by which bills amended which office. So let's say if you're gonna go for tracking history for like external, for example, they're able to actually go sort or filter all of the bills that amended the external office. And the same thing for resolutions by what type of resolution it was. So if it was a campus issue, if it was social justice, environmental, et cetera, whatever that is, we're loading all of the resolutions into that table and coding that. So if someone's curious, wants to see what our history is on campus issues or our history is on academic revising, you'll eventually be able to sort all of those resolutions versus going through every year's files or in the drive for those things. So we're gonna actually, once we finish this on the website, we'll be moving all of there's a couple years that are actually in the drive that we'll be moving to the website as well. So continuing to relink all of those. And just a reminder, there is now an initiative and project tracker as well that we sent out to everyone to encourage you all to submit the work that you are doing. Because we know not everything is an event, not everything is a document via a bill of resolution, and everything else in between is usually hard to explain. You're like, well, I had a great meeting with this person about this project, and they said yes to this, right? And your friend's probably like, I have no clue what that means. At least I think way back to when that's now crazy. I thought about when I was in student government. I'm almost at 2 decades. I'm gonna go cry later. Let's keep, the age keeps going. But just the experience of trying to explain what you all do. Not just you all sitting here, but your offices as well. So opportunity to put some language to that so students are able to actually see the work that you all are doing. The later 2 trackers that will be coming live, actually, one will be coming live tomorrow, is better communicating like how much we're funding out to our organizations. So there will also be a dashboard that will show how much we funded in allocations and grants. Also a bit of where we are when we get into processing, right? Because you all know, not you all, your friends, will come in and say, hey, I'm waiting for like my reimbursement, et cetera, things, and they think they're the only one. And there's a stack of like 100 happening. So being able to showcase those things, that I think people don't understand the volume of work that comes through our office. And so we're gonna be making use of those initiatives on the website more often. And last 2 things, there's now an event page. So as you all plan your events with Rachel, pause for effect, please plan your events with Rachel. Do not leave them in your brain by yourselves. Flush your event requests, all of those things. Because she's actually adding those to the university calendar, and that is populating to our own event page. I take that information, if you all have noticed the last 2 newsletter updates, have the events first. So if it's on the calendar and approved, it's on there. And so that's where we're pulling that information from. And then we will also have a news page, so quick clips and stories of the things that you all are doing and your teams can submit throughout the year. So we actually utilize those different resources to help us communicate what you are doing as an organization. I do it often. We can talk blue in the face about what you all are doing, but having it somewhere where folks can access and actually see the work and the impact that you're making in your year. So we ask that you utilize those tools. If there's something else you want to see data-wise, now that I have an events person, I can move back into the other half of my executive director job, which is all data and assessment for all 3 departments. So if there's other things that you want to help visualize, that you want to communicate well with what we're doing, please let us know. Trust me, Ames and Rachel are, whenever they see a new chart from me, they're like, this is what you spent the last hour doing? I'm like, yes, it's beautiful. Around that. So my goal this year is to help you all communicate what you're doing more effectively, but also more prominently across the campus. So if you have ideas around that, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Asha. If no one has anything else to add, we can go ahead and move to adjournment.
Sorry, Asha, how do we update the progress of our initiatives?
So there was a form that went out to your emails, and I can resend it. It's a simple submission that either about the project. We do ask that you also list your collaborators. So, don't be petty. Like, I don't want to put this person's working with me because I'm mad with them this week for whatever. Don't do that. So you list your collaborators, and that will automatically feed into that chart. Yeah, so I'll resend the link to everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, now we can move into adjournment. Senator Shaukat.
I move to adjourn tonight's meeting at 7:34 p.m.
I get a second. Senator Han.
Second.
All those in favor?